Are we on?
We're on.
Oh, all right. So, hot news.
Hot.
The old Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith, won.
I don't know if that's a shot at Will or a shot at Michael.
However you take it is
Or no
how you
shot at
take
all.
it. Okay, he's the original.
What? Say it.
He's the
Original
original
what?
black megastar.
Oh.
Okay.
okay.
Aside from Sydney, but he won an award at the AAFCA.
Okay. What's that stand for?
It stands for. They were founded in 2003.
Trying to get to the bio. The bottom of the bio.
The lead black film and TV critics. I don't know.
I think that's just what it is. It doesn't stand for anything.
No,
It's
hold
just
on.
the
What it
letters.
sounds like.
I'm going-
It's just the letters.
I'm going to screenshot it. Oh, okay. I got it. Man, y'all dumb. It's the It's the African American Film Critics Association Awards. Look, applaud.
Those have been out since 2003, I think.
Yeah, they've been around.
Yeah,
they've been around. I've been trying to tell you.
This is 2 decades now. This is the
That's
20th
crazy.
annual.
2003 is 2 decades. That made me sad a little bit.
He was born in 2001.
Yeah, this is the
1993.
This is the 20th annual AAFCA awards.
Yeah, us in the industry, we call it the AAFCAs.
That's what you call it?
Sure.
Is that why you hesitated when he said it?
Yeah, but I didn't know if they wanted to accept me,
okay.
for me and whatnot. Anyways,
So anyways, what happened?
so Will Smith won the award for
Right.
Emancipation. You gotta clap it up for
Okay.
that.
Well,
That's
he's going-
enough clapping.
Is that
I'm
back-to-back
sorry.
movies where he's going to be Actor of the Year?
I don't know if he got nominated for the Oscar.
Do the nominations already out for that?
Yeah, the Oscars are next week
Oh, snap.
or so. Something along
Ish.
the lines of that. I think they're next weekend.
Wow.
Hosted again by Jimmy Kimmel.
Senor Kimmel.
Yeah.
Do you like Jimmy Kimmel? Are you saving in case we end up on a show?
How many jokes are they going to make about Will Smith and Chris Rock? Is the real
Probably
question.
all of them.
Over, under, 5.
Yeah.
I think maybe one.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe. And because it's getting played out. It's
Right.
getting played out.
But do the Oscars care about what's played out? Come on, let's be honest about the integrity of what the Oscars will or will not do.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, another thing is no one's gonna watch it.
I won't.
The
Probably.
reason why I had a tough time answering your question is because I worked with Jimmy Kimmel once, and he was a very nice guy.
Senor Kimmel.
He was a very nice guy. Do I like his stuff? No. All right, welcome to the show. My name is Kervin.
Hey.
Right across from me is
Sunil.
wearing a what?
Yo, so I want to shout out our boy Manny at Instagram, Manny's Mania. This is his new gear. He just dropped it. If you go to his Instagram, he has a link to it. It is the, what you mean I can't get in? Hoodies out now.
Thank you very much. Shout out to our friend to the show, Manny. And over here, the king of Conganas.
Hey, I'm Chris. How's it going?
Okay. Hey, how's the border doing?
So fresh after the dirt we put in. More cactus.
You saw it? You saw it?
More cactus. Come on.
More cacti.
For y'all who are new to the show, the reason why we ask Chris what's going on at the border, it's mainly because he's half Mexican.
I sure am. And the other half is brown.
What's the like mainly? What
It's
other
because
what
that-
other reason is there that you ask?
Well, like the other half doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Not to the border.
I'm from Nicaragua.
Yeah, a
too.
lot of people from Nicaragua.
That's on the
Yeah,
other
but-
side of the
yeah.
border.
It's on the other side, but
and they import a lot.
They sure do.
Oh
There are
my
a lot
goodness.
of Nicaraguans.
don't
Yes, there
say
are.
they import a lot. It's not coffee. They bring
They
a lot
import
of
coffee.
people. I don't know whatever. I don't know. All right.
Well,
all
what'd
right.
you do with that Jim Beam hat on?
Nah, the lineup's not crazy.
You be looking like a Jim. You might be the first Haitian man ever to be wearing a Jim Beam.
I'm gonna tell you something about Haitian people.
What?
We will wear clothes so long as they fit.
So you don't think you're the first to wear the Jim Beam?
There's a Haitian person out there wearing MAGA hats and they don't know what it means. They're just like, I just wait for the bus.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I just
We
wait
got
for
those
them.
hats at the place with the popsicles.
Yeah,
They say,
that's
handed
it.
out popsicles.
Yeah, they
Yo,
told
my
me to
Inst-
take the vaccine, and they were gonna give me a hat.
My Instagram algorithm got mad Haitian stuff on it right now because of everything that I be sending you. Like
Because
now,
we be taking over. All right, let's do it. Michael B. Jordan is my favorite actor at the moment.
Okay.
yo, shout out Creed 3 out in theaters.
Sure, they
Today?
don't
Yeah,
need
today.
the marketing from us.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
But they gonna get it anyways because cut us the check eventually.
sure.
Gotta give you one of these.
Shit. I didn't demand it like that, Mike. That was Sunil. but please, if you know,
Oh God, it's that Jim Beam in it right now. That Jim Beam.
all right. So here's the
A
thing.
real emancipation
Right.
moment right now.
This was my favorite moment for Michael B. ever. Because Lord knows I don't be liking his movies. But
Wow! After he over here on his knees asking for money.
I don't love the Michael B. Jordan movies, but I do love Creed. I like Creed. What else was he in? Just Jordan?
Creed 2.
I didn't see that. Creed 2 was good.
Stuff.
What else?
So originally,
Black
the first
Panther.
thing I saw him in was The Wire.
Okay. I never
After
seen
that,
The
I
Wire.
saw him in Friday Night Lights.
I never saw that.
And then he did Fruitvale
I saw that.
Station.
I didn't
Then
like
he
that.
did
Fantastic Four, the really bad one.
Wakanda. He
I
did
didn't watch that.
Black Panther.
I
Panther.
saw Black Panther.
He did.
Black Panther 2.
Oh, Chronicle.
He
Duh.
wasn't.
You watch Chronicle?
yes, I
Chronicle's
did
the one
watch.
that's,
I
like,
did
found
watch
footage.
Chronicle.
I forget the name of it, but I really like the movie where he was a lawyer and Jamie Foxx is in it too.
Just Jordan?
Is that what it? That
No,
is?
that's not. No.
And then
It's new though. It's like around the same time that Just Jordan.
it's
came out.
not new.
It's
been out
from
for
like
a
within
minute.
the last 2 years.
And then he has one on that was straight to Amazon Prime that didn't do too well.
Oh, the
Oh.
one with Miles Teller and Zac Efron?
Oh, I think that was Kid Cudi.
No.
Wow, all black people look alike, Chris.
No, that wasn't. What are you talking about? Wait a minute. It's called The Awkward Moment.
Maybe.
Zac
I think
Efron.
that was Kid Cudi.
is
Look it up. Look it up.
But
We'll come
anyways,
back to it.
So he's done a lot of movies. Obviously, Creed 1, 2, and now Creed 3.
Yeah, those are his back. That's his back. Creed.
Yeah.
And so he was on the red carpet in a windbreaker. Wasn't even dressed up as sexiest man in the world. And then
Wait, you gotta dress up to be.
because he's at a movie premiere,
Okay.
and he was wearing what I would wear. A Walmart windbreaker. So he's on the red carpet.
Okay.
A little thing, and y'all should know this by now. But a
Yeah.
little something came up to him. She was trying to play it all. We been knowing each other since high school.
Yeah.
Little thing. You know what I mean? You know when they say that?
Yeah.
That means that they was making fun of you.
Oh.
Oh, facts. That means that you was trying to holler, and they was like, "What's your stupid ass name?" Like, you know what I mean? That's what was happening.
Yeah.
And so she tried to play the back. We know each other from St. Montgomery High School. We went back in the day.
We go
And-
way back.
Yeah, we go way back. He
I
was
love
like,
her lisp. It's beautiful.
right? And so she trying to play that game. He already got the stank face on.
He knew. Hey, I bet you Michael B. Jordan already had seen her from like across the way. He knew.
He did an interview with her 15 seconds before she said that with Mr. Buff. Yeah.
He wasn't.
Because
he
she was
wasn't
out in
spicy
the
then?
10 seconds before that, she was like, "Who's the sexier one between y'all two? Who's the sexier one?" And then literally like the next moment after that was, "Okay, I'm here with Michael B. Jordan." And
Same woman.
same woman.
Wow. And he wasn't spicy the first time.
Nah, he was just joking around with her.
Oh, okay.
But then when
cameras went on?
when my man left, the one who be looking
Oh,
like
okay.
swole,
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors, when he left, then she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get my solo interview." So now it kind of started all over again. She's like, "Okay, I'm here with Michael B. Jordan, and
way back.
we go way back." And he was like, "Yeah, way back to when you was calling me corny, huh?" And I never seen his face as intense. I seen Fruitvale.
Dang.
I saw Creed 1. I saw Creed those
Yes.
when he was fighting the Russian. But this time, slang his face down a little bit. He was like, Yeah, the corny one, huh? She was like,
Where did that tongue come from? What is it with you and your tongue?
She was like, You know we wasn't saying that. We was just making fun of the name. The name. Oh, no. And then when you listen to the podcast back, she like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshot? I'm gonna be in 3 Creeds.
Yeah. You gonna be interviewing me, ma'am.
On my red carpet. I bet you when the press passes came out, he said, oh, that one right there? I got it. Let her come through. Boy, once he did that, I said, oh, he a cold brother.
Yeah.
I like Michael B. now.
Success.
He never had no better lines than that one right there. And you know Michael B. only say 6 lines in his movie.
Yo, shut up. Shut up.
He only says 4 to 6 lines.
That's a lie.
2 of them is grunts. You know I'm gonna fight.
You doing exactly. There's no way we getting a check from Michael B. Jordan at this point.
Nah, that's my guy.
All right.
I love Mike.
Yo, but honestly, Michael B. Jordan is the definition of success is the greatest revenge.
That's what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I got. I mean, look. You know I like me a petty. You know I like
Kenneth Petty.
Yeah, I
What?
No, that's not what I was talking about the actual name. I was like, never mind. I take it back. I don't like nothing petty.
You like Kenneth Petty?
No.
Yeah,
I said I like me somebody that be acting petty. It's
but you
very
hate
entertaining.
Drake. Drake is the pettiest person on earth.
I don't
You
hate
hate him because
Drake.
he's light skinned, huh?
Nah,
Okay.
I don't. Wait, what? I don't hate Drake,
Okay.
but yeah. So you know what? You know the person that really confused me about this whole was Joe Budden.
Joe fake.
Yeah, I think Joe was jealous.
Because the shorties don't like him like that?
Nah, so Joe Budden loves to be the pettiest dude out there. And he just got out-pettied. So when he got out-pettied, all of a sudden Mr. Petty becomes that dude corny. That's what happened with Joe Budden. Joe Budden, you know Joe Budden is the king of petty.
Let's just ask the question straight up and out. Is Michael B. Jordan corny?
No.
Chris? Is Michael B. Jordan corny?
No.
Why y'all think they think he's corny? Is it because of what Dominique the Diva said? Because he dates whites?
Well, then there's a lot of corny people in the world, right?
Yeah, they're in the NBA.
And the NFL.
Yeah, but nobody knows their faces.
And rappers.
Facts.
Actually, a lot of black men with money.
Now, the rappers be sticking to black women publicly. Publicly.
Yeah.
But,
There's a lot of black actors that are married to white women.
yeah. Who's cornier? Nick Cannon or Michael B. Jordan?
So I don't think either of them are corny, but I would say Nick Cannon.
Because of the babies.
Not necessarily because of the babies. I think early Nick Cannon was playing the game a little bit more, so he came off corny because he was trying to make it in an industry where it wasn't easy to make it with, being the person he was. I think now he's more genuine and authentic, so he's less corny. I think Michael B. Jordan's been the same person from any iteration that I've seen of him.
You know why they call Michael B. corny?
Why?
Because he ain't got no tattoos. He don't got no scandals. Seems like a genuine nice guy. And he just be doing nice guy stuff. He showed his emotions at the basketball games 3 feet in front of Lizzo shaking it. And he just was sad when his girl broke up. So he corny. If it was Moneybag Yo, he would have been like, oh, no, I ain't with that hoe no more. Boom, that's it. Like, and then they would have been like, oh, he's straight. Like, oh, it would have shook their spine.
So you think it's cultural?
What you mean? What you mean?
I don't know. You brought up another black man, and you said that you were
We
trying
don't
to
care about the whites. When Zac Efron's sad, nobody cares.
Is Zac Efron corny?
Zac Efron a little corny.
Did you watch? Oh snap! Did you watch
Charlie St. Cloud? Yes.
No, the greatest beer run ever.
I didn't see the whole thing. I only saw pieces of it.
That's a good one right there.
Shout out to my boy Mike Gray in that movie.
Shout out Mike Gray.
Yeah. Went to college together. He's a good guy.
But shout out Michael B. Jordan, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. I'm about to go watch a movie, Creed 3. I know it's going to be great. I've been hearing great things about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have myself watched Creed 1 and 2 multiple times. I just watched it on the airplane.
Multiple.
Yeah. Multiple,
That's
then
3 of them.
times that by multiple. And that's how many times I've seen Creed 1 and 2. I actually own both of them
On DV?
on DVD.
Damn.
I love me
On
some
laser
Creed.
disc.
Yeah. On VHS.
So you a fan.
VHS.
Yeah, I love me some Creed.
Do you own Black Panther? No. Do you own Tropic Thunder?
No.
We'll let it slide.
Tropic Thunder. Wait, give me the correlation between Black Panther and Tropic
I
Thunder.
just say Black Panther the blackest movie ever, and Tropic Thunder, they got the blackface in there. You know what I mean? So if he owned the
okay.
Tropic Thunder, I'd have been like, we might have to press the dump button on him. All right. Well, shout out to Michael B. Jordan, my favorite actor of the day. I really appreciated what you did for the corny men out there, because Lord knows, okay, I relate.
Love it.
Now, let's just skim over this real quick.
Okay.
Logan Paul's brother lost the fight.
Jake Paul. Why can't Jake get his name said on this?
I be really do sometimes forgetting his name.
Why?
I only remember Logan, but I have to put Jake in my head. All right, so Jake Paul loses the fight, but he said it's all good. I was sick for a little bit, my arm hurt, and I made $30 million, so it doesn't matter.
Show did. I watched the fight. He definitely lost. I don't know why it was a split. I don't know which judge thought he had won that fight. You know, he fought a boxer, and I don't think, you know, he fought Tommy Fury. I don't think Tommy Fury is a great boxer.
Wow.
But you know, obviously he's been boxing longer than Jake Paul, and it showed. You know, Jake Paul wasn't ready to fight a pure boxer quite yet. So it's interesting. I think there's a lot of talk about a rematch. If I'm Jake Paul, I'm probably not doing that rematch. I would much rather go and get a money fight at this point versus Nate Diaz or KSI or whatever.
What do you think about the people saying, yo, Jake Paul, you got to fight a boxer to be taken seriously?
That's what he just tried to do.
I know, but do you think that was a misstep in his strategy?
No, I mean, I don't think that. I think that he needed to take this fight. Obviously, he made money and all that kind of stuff. And look, he's saying it. Don't judge me off my wins. Judge me off my losses. If he comes back, if he learns from this and comes back and then, you know, bodies Tommy, you know, fair play to him. So it depends, I guess. But I don't know how much work it's going to take for him to get good enough to beat Tommy Fury. There was just things like that you watch if you're, you know, a connoisseur of boxing, that just Jake Paul will probably lose to Tommy Fury again because there's a lot that he needs to work on.
Well, like what?
First thing was output.
does that
Tommy
mean?
Fury's throwing way more punches than Jake Paul, so like he's scoring more times than that. Jake Paul is kind of like a one-trick pony. He's either gonna knock you out or, you know, usually before he was able to win fights even if he didn't knock the person out because he was fighting older people. He was fighting people that weren't boxers or anything like that. So a boxer's output is much different from a non-boxer's output, right? Boxers are one of the most in shape. Yeah, fighter's output. Boxers are some of the most in shape athletes, and they're trained to only throw their hands. MMA people, they are very in shape as well, but they're used to grappling, kicking, things like that. Just straight punching for 8 rounds, 8 3-minute rounds or whatever it is. That's a different skill than a boxer that all they do is train to box for 8 3-minute rounds. And it showed. You know, Jake Paul,
He got winded?
it wasn't necessarily he got winded. He just was outworked the whole fight. So, and at the last round, he got a punch in that knocked Tommy Fury down, but it wasn't enough. But at the end of the day, like
That might have been the reason why he got one of the judges on his side.
I mean, it's a Jake Paul card, and we know that.
Oh, I see. I see.
Boxing judges aren't necessarily the most. They're not known for their morals. Let's just put it that way.
It's not an integral role.
Integrity.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of integrity when it comes to boxing judges, but yeah, I mean, look, I think Jake Paul has done great business. He has ran the boxing world for the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, good for him. And he still has 2 or 3 fights that are out there that he could make, you know, multiple millions of dollars on. I think he just grabs the bag and then, you know, goes into whatever else he wants to do next.
So do you think he really made $30 million off of fighting somebody's little brother?
Yeah.
How much you think Tommy Ford made?
Well, Tommy just got a paycheck. Jake Paul is part of the promotion team, so he makes off of all the pay-per-views, off of all of the. So I think they put it out. I think he made $3 million.
Ooh.
Yeah. What was funny is Jake Paul tried to do a bet because Jake Paul always does a bet when it comes to like the press conferences and stuff like that. So Tommy's talking real slick. Jake Paul's like, if you are so confident, let's do a wager. If you win, I'll pay you double. So if his fee was $3 million, he gets $6 million. If I win, I don't have to pay you anything. And so Tommy's dad said, "Yeah, we'll do it." Tommy never said yeah. And then they were like, "Oh, we need it to be in writing. We need a contract, all that kind of stuff." And then they never. So Jake Paul got a contract, signed the contract. They were like, "We just need our lawyers to look over it and all that kind of stuff." Contract never got signed for the bet, but Tommy Fury won, and now Tommy Fury's dad is like, "Jake Paul, you said that." Now he's over here trying to cash in on the bet. That's corny.
He said that with his chest. All right, so you think Jake Paul got to go back and fight KSI?
I think if he wants to win, if he's really trying to beat his boxer, obviously he needs to go back after Tommy Fury and show that he could beat a boxer. But what? I mean, he keeps saying that his goal is to be a champion, but if you're struggling this much against Tommy Fury,
Tommy Fury trash.
Yeah, Tommy Fury is not championship material. The fact how you know Tommy Fury isn't championship material, they made a belt for this fight, and he was like, "I believe this is a real championship belt because of how hard I worked for this." I'm like, bruh, the fact that you think this is a real championship belt shows me that you're never gonna win a real championship belt.
And he had to work that hard to beat a YouTuber.
Right.
At this point, I honestly feel like Jake got to fight Harry Styles.
You said Harry Styles?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on what his pronouns are.
Okay. No, we're going to move on.
Insert the Curb Your Enthusiasm right now.
I don't know about that.
Harry Styles gonna come in a dress, you know?
No, we don't do this.
Listen, he can come in whatever he wants.
Oh man, didn't.
All right. So there was a girl that married her stepdad.
Oh,
I think I saw the TikTok of it or something.
there's a TikTok.
Something along the lines of that. I sent it to y'all.
Yeah.
And
I didn't read it. I just saw.
Oh,
the
maybe
headline.
that's what it was.
yeah, I saw them kissing, and he picked her up. I mean, and she said marrying my stepdad was the best decision I ever made. So, this for y'all. Would you marry your stepdad? I mean to say, if you had, let's say you had like a real young stepmom.
Okay.
I'm talking about like your dad just had one of them years, like his hair started going. He bought a Corvette, got himself a little 30-year-old piece. And then
So she younger than me?
yeah. We're all at the age except for Chris.
Yeah, no, I'm a cherub.
So my dad, who gave birth to me,
Yeah.
married somebody who's younger than me.
Yeah. And then a year later, he was like, nah, forget this. She's too much work on.
Is that what happened with this?
I don't really know what the story
Oh, okay. Because
But-
in my mind, it's she pulled it. She pulled him away from her mom.
Probably, but that's the power that women have that we don't have.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't there a movie about this?
Which one
It
is
was a
it?
white
Hancock?
movie. It was Jennifer Aniston. Hancock.
we back to dissing Will Smith. It took off at 3.5. It took off at 2 segments for
I'm
Kelvin
not
to start taking
dissing
shots.
OG Mike.
What is wrong with you?
Go ahead.
No,
What was the movie?
I forget what it's Jennifer Aniston, it's Kevin Costner, it's some other people.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
All right,
Ah,
we'll
no,
look it up.
wait.
All right, go ahead.
Rumor
But
has
what's
it.
the question?
Oh,
Would
yeah,
I-
yeah.
So obviously there's no way my dad would ever marry somebody that's younger than me. Let's just put it. So
let's say
listen,
he did. Like,
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston, Kevin Costner.
So, and I'm attracted to this woman.
Yeah, no, she bad. Like,
Okay.
she bad.
So you asking me would I?
Would you ever hook up with your stepmother?
No.
If she was bad, your ex-stepmother.
Was it X?
No, like a year later, he was just like, this is too high maintenance.
Are you creating a hypothetical? Or are we talking about what actually happened?
No, you don't have a stepmother.
I'm saying, are we talking about the story that you
No.
said? Oh,
No, because I'm bouncing off the story.
I got you.
It's just inspiration.
It's
The
called
answer
rumor
is
has it.
still be
Yeah.
the answer is still be no.
Wow.
You wouldn't DM her?
Nah. My dad got rid of this woman.
Yeah.
Why would I want her?
She bad.
And
It's brave. It's a bold statement, Charlie Brown.
I don't even get what
My
I wouldn't
dad
even-
didn't want
I
her.
wouldn't even.
Yeah. Why would
Yeah,
I
exactly.
want her?
If he's not good
I
enough for my
I
dad.
respect my dad.
No, what if he was like, son, look, I don't even care.
You really trying to get me to fuck my stepmom? Like, let's make it a bit. What if she gave you $3 million?
No, because you know how. All right, you ever like try to talk to a girl your friend used to talk to, and then your friend had been, I don't even care, bro. Like you got.
I don't do that. We already.
I know you
established
don't do
this.
that today,
he
but
did, yeah.
20 years
Callback.
ago, did you do it?
Never. To me, if one of my friends has gotten with this person, that girl's off limits for life. That's just how I feel. Like and this goes back to all the things. Like a guy in my mind penetrating a girl is different. Like I'm not trying to penetrate a girl that somebody that I am close to has penetrated.
What if it was just a kiss?
They're not together.
Okay, all right. I understand. I just wanted clarification. So, all right, now I understand. So you wouldn't touch anybody with a 6-foot pole that your dad was into.
I mean, we could be like, I'm not gonna hate this person, but yeah, if my dad, if that person's been with my dad, there's no way that I'm ever gonna do anything with her.
What if it's Julia Roberts?
Ask
from
that
the
question
movie?
again. My bad. Go ahead.
What if it's Julia Roberts in the movie Stepmom? Come on.
Wait. Tell me the movie.
Stepmom.
I don't like what's in the
In the movie Stepmom. What's the movie called?
No, not the
Stepmom.
Like, what's the premise of the movie?
Oh, dad and mom original get a divorce, can't stand each other. Dad dates a younger Julia Roberts. He's an older man. And then mom has like a terminal disease and she's dying. And so she's like kind of like, I don't like you, but you're going to have to raise my kids now. So you got to like.
All right, so my dad's passed away.
Wait, what?
Is that what the situation you're asking?
It would be the mom passing away. Wait, what?
So you're saying, so I'm trying to understand. So like,
nobody should die in this situation.
no, I'm saying, so are you asking me would I be with my stepmom if my dad was no longer in the picture, meaning he passed?
Oh, sure.
Is that what you were asking?
Sure, yeah. Let's do that. I sound smarter than where I was.
Okay, I was confused.
I was too, to be quite honest with you.
He just wanted to say, I know that movie.
He just wanted to bring up
I know
Julia
that, bro.
Roberts.
It was like Julia Roberts
and
good
he he's like, I really wanted to turn this into just movie talk. Real
Yes.
quick.
Julia Roberts bad, huh?
That's like all I know.
Hey, real quick, pause. Who's the better late 1990s person? Julia Roberts
Okay.
or Angelina Jolie?
It's not even close.
Go ahead, because I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Julia Roberts.
Ooh, that's not what I was thinking. You?
Jolie.
I'm Kamala. I'm breaking the tie.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts always had that weird face. It's definitely Jolie.
It's always whenever I pick, you're like, no, that sucks.
But
This is stupid.
talent wise, like who made the better movies is definitely Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Definitely made the
You
better.
seen Aaron
Here's
Brockovich?
here's a
Come
different
on.
one. Here's one that I think is more like even. And we're not talking just act. Well, we could talk whatever. Julia Roberts or Sandra Bullock.
I never thought Sandra Bullock was bad.
Still Julia.
It's Julia all day.
I think Sandra got a little more curves for me, so that's why I'd go with
Sandra in Speed with Keanu Reeves.
I never thought she was all right. Never. You know who I would pick over Sandra Bullock? Tina Fey. I love Tina Fey.
Tina Fey is good.
Tina Fey's all right.
Good choice.
Yeah.
But going back to the original question,
Oh, sorry.
there's a lot of like porns that are like written off of these storylines.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no.
are you gonna participate in this? So what's up? If your dad is dead and his wife is a widow and she's gorgeous and
Okay.
she's like, I only want to be with a man from this family.
Or what if it was his dying wish? His dying wish was,
Oh, so he asked me
gotta
to
take
do it.
care of her. You're not gonna sleep with her?
This be sounding some real Biden-esque type stuff. This sounded like the Biden family.
I don't know.
I don't want to. Okay, you taking care of your stepmom's needs and desires.
For your dad's dying wish?
I'll pay for her rent. I'll make sure she has groceries, all that kind of stuff. I'll support her when she wants to date other men. Nah, I respect Pops too much.
I understand. Craig, what would you do?
Listen, I'd be happy if my dad talked to me. So I'm good with that.
Wow, that took a turn.
We're gonna go to therapy.
No.
We're gonna go to therapy.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
So I guess all the hypotheticals you threw at me, I had to jump through. But Chris over here, like
I get to play the no dad card.
My dad doesn't exist.
The way y'all be getting out of answering questions on this podcast is elite.
Okay. Ask me.
All right, so Kelby,
Yeah.
Pops got a brand new girl.
How old is she?
She 35.
Yes or no?
No. We not done yet.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're
she 35.
54.
No. You what? 31.
I'm 32
All right, you 32. So she a little bit older.
this year. Yeah.
All right. You gotta say this year like it hasn't already passed.
I'm 32 for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Alright, cool. All right, so stupid. Anyways, that's why girls be calling you corny.
Yo, shut up. Don't
Anyways,
bring it out here.
All right, so she 35. She a baddie, right?
Yeah.
She the type of Haitian that enjoys movies.
Okay.
She's the Tina Fey of Haitians.
She got the body that you like.
All right.
And you've always got along with her. You don't really usually get along with your dad's girls, but this is the first one that you really got along with.
How many has he had? All right, good.
You know.
Are we talking about real life? Or
No.
we talking about
We
in
talking about
hypothetical
we talking about the
situation?
scenario. Talking about the scenario.
So you guys have always got along. You guys have always been like able to talk on the phone, stuff like that. Whenever you went to visit,
Talk on the phone.
she makes good food. Like like you actually talk to this
You
woman
lay on
on
your
the phone.
stomach, kick your feet up.
Yeah.
I look like Moesha.
And so Pops passes away and leaves her a lot of money.
I wonder where you got that from.
I don't know either,
Okay.
but he had it and he
Okay.
gave it to her.
All right.
And she's like, Kelby,
Mm.
I don't know why your dad gave me all of this money. He should have given it to you.
Fact.
I want to make things right.
Yeah.
I want you to have this money, but you have to live with me.
In my bed.
That's it?
You have to
That's
lay
where it
with me.
starts. One, are you living with her?
Where does she live?
She's gonna buy a house in LA somewhere.
What does it mean to live with her?
That's where we start. First, the first question is, you moving in?
It's like the graduate.
No, stop. First question is, are you moving in?
Probably not. No,
So you don't want the money?
I don't need it.
Excuse me, big dog. Excuse me, big dog.
I don't need that kind of money.
All right.
When money comes with
You totally
all
killed
of
where
that,
the story was gonna go. Anyway.
When
You
money
supposed
comes
to
with
say
all
yes.
that, I wouldn't.
And then I was gonna be like, all right. So then one night,
I see you.
no. One
overdid it.
night you was over there.
Uh-huh.
You know, it was late night. You wanted to get some milk because you had some cookies.
So she's white, huh?
No. I'm saying you
okay.
wanted,
Yeah.
and she just happens to, stumble out into the kitchen and in her
In a slip.
but it was see through.
Yeah, it always is.
And you saw the body, and you were
It
like,
always is. I checked.
and you. So he already been seeing this.
Yes.
All right. So and you're like, dang,
Yeah,
I don't know, she had it like that.
yeah.
And then she's just like, oh, Kelby,
Kerbin.
Carbonium.
you having a hard time sleeping?
Hard time.
And you're like, no, ma'am. I was just a little hungry. And she's like, oh.
I'm a trucker now.
And then she's like,
no, ma'am.
she's like, oh, what were you trying to get? Well, I had some cookies. I needed some milk.
Oh shit!
And she like,
What?
This guy's going
I don't like where
crazy.
this is going.
you said I had some cookies, so I wanted some milk. And she like, oh, you want some milk?
Oh.
I got you some milk.
That sounds disgusting.
I don't like this one. I don't like
I would immediately move out. The morning would not come.
I'm gonna go.
If your stepmother said you had to move in with her, would you? For $1 million. And you got to move in with her for 2 years.
2 years and I get $1 million?
Yeah. Tax free.
Yeah, I do it.
So one night.
You want some milk?
She gave you some breast milk.
What's a girl, any girl, famous, whatever, that today she's like, Kelby, be with me, and you be like, yeah. Some hike?
Here's the issue with that
Some
question.
hype?
No, here's the issue with that question. To me,
Yeah.
a woman could look good,
Yeah.
but then 30 minutes into the conversation, she could instantly look
So
not
who's
good.
who's somebody that has the conversation and the looks?
Salma Hayek is too old
Okay.
for me to
All right, so name somebody.
to dream that.
Name somebody.
Probably Kyla Pratt.
All right, Kyla Pratt.
Mm.
Kyla Pratt.
Pratt,
This is
Kyla
Kyla
Pratt.
Pratt before the babies too.
She still look good with the
All right,
babies.
but I'm saying
I'm the dad that stepped up.
I'm telling you, there's no baggage with this Kyla Pratt.
Sick.
Somehow Pops married Kyla Pratt. Pops,
Props.
props to Pops.
Yeah.
Pops no longer in the picture.
Yeah.
Same scenario with Kyla Pratt.
Listen.
Let's see him moonwalk his way out of this one.
You know what? Just thinking about it though,
Yeah.
I could see your angle.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't. Because I would just find it a little weird.
Yeah.
I find it a little weird. But probably, yeah, I probably still. Just one time for the record.
One time for the one time.
That's it.
Nice.
Aside from that, I'd be like, nah, that's my dad's.
So Kelby would share women with his dad.
Wow.
I mean, listen, man.
I love to share a moment with my dad.
Yeah.
And Chris with the damper.
Hold on, let me hit the right drop for them, the Spanish one.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, cool. We're moving on.
Good call. Good
You
call.
done sick me out. All right.
And Chris's dad, just holler at him, man. He really missing you.
No, it's all good. I'm pretty okay.
Rejected. That's okay, Chris. We're gonna find you a good therapist. What was the other thing we was gonna talk about? Was it Usher?
Ursher.
There's something with Ursher. There's something I was thinking about. I was looking at Deion Sanders. Have you seen that stuff going on?
Yeah.
With Deion Sanders?
Give it
Sanders,
to
what's
us.
going on?
For those who don't know, what's going on?
So there's a few things. So there's two kind of things that Deion has gotten into for some of the interviews that he's done. So the first one, background, Deion Sanders, for those of you that aren't into sports, one of the greatest football players of all time. Cornerback, played for the Cowboys, played for the Falcons, played for the 49ers. Amazing athlete, dual sport athlete. He played pro NFL and pro baseball all at the same time. So really, really good athlete. Also huge personality. But anyways, Deion Sanders went into coaching. He coached college football. He was at Jackson State. And then this year, he made the move from Jackson State to Colorado. So that was the big thing. Colorado is a bigger school, bigger budget, all that kind of stuff. So the first thing that happened this week with Deion Sanders is they were he was on an interview. He was doing an interview, and they were talking about the types of player he's looking for. So the first thing he said, I want my quarterback to come from a 2-parent household. I want mommy and daddy there. I want their GPA to be at least 3.5 or above. And yeah, I want him to come from that stable background.
Quarterback,
right?
Okay.
And then he said, but my defensive line, it's interesting that you said that, because he said, I just want them being raised by their mama.
Yeah.
I want them to be hungry. I don't want them coming from a stable household. I want them to be hungry, trying to get it. All that. That's what I want my defensive line.
Yeah.
So that was his and
yeah, he said I want some monkeys on my own.
Oh no!
and so obviously the backlash. And what's funny is his quarterback is his son. And he ain't married to his son's wife.
Oh, man.
His son's mom.
Our son's mom. So yeah. So anyways, so that was the first debacle. So let's start there. Kilby, being of the same melanin level as Deion Sanders, one, is what he's saying offensive?
Yeah.
Why?
It's ignorant.
So what about it?
So what he's saying is leaders, first of all, before we even get into this, you don't control the household you were born into.
Sure.
Okay? That's the thing. So what
the child doesn't, for sure.
Yeah, no, the child does not control who his parents are.
Right.
And if he or she or they get to have 2 parents,
right,
or 1. Because what if he said they got to have a mother and a father? All of a sudden, that changes the conversation, right? What if somebody had 2 moms or 2 dads, right? So him saying that, he's essentially saying, I want my leader to be a person of privilege.
Is that privilege?
Because that's how people define privilege nowadays. They say if you had a 2-parent household, both of them had a job, and or one of them had a really good job in order to take care of the whole family, that you're a person who are a subject of, and your outcome in life comes because you're privileged. So he's saying, because you're not a savage, or in French, a sauvage, you can make decisions, because that's the word that comes to my mind first. You can make decisions because you come from a nice background. You probably aren't a savage.
Okay.
But the guys that have to interact with the other guys, who have to run through people, who have to pick people up and throw them on the ground, you got to protect your privileged player. You got to be essentially a bum, a thug. You got to be somebody who don't have the ability to think, because you got to lean on the one person that had the 2 parents, that had the education and the background to give you the direction to pick somebody up and put them down on the ground. But what if that's not everybody's situation? What if that's what it was, right? What if you had, an offensive lineman? What if your offensive lineman came from...
He was talking about D-line.
Okay, what if your defensive lineman also had 2 parents, and there was just a big corn-fed dude, and that's just what they're good at?
He's saying he should have been a quarterback.
So it's just it's ignorant. Like there's some of these sports guys, they should just not stick to sports, but they need to check themselves when they enter the realm of talking.
So here's my pushback. First of all, I want to applaud you because that critique I think is much better than some of the comments, because some of the comments added race into it, and I'm like,
yeah, it's easy to add it in.
Well, I'm saying y'all just created the racial stereotype, and you didn't. You critiqued him without it having anything to do with race, which is great because he didn't mention race. He is a black man. His quarterback's black. All that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So, and he coached at a HBCU, all that kind of stuff. So, and for those that don't know, historical black university, college university. 99% of the players that he recruited to that, actually 100% of the players he recruited were black men. So I don't think it had anything to do with necessarily race. So when people brought it into race, I think
there's a possibility for it though. But and I can understand why somebody put that in.
Sure.
Because the quick answer to that is so you want a white quarterback.
Which I think that is like, well, why would you necessarily only think that a 2-parent household, a kid has 2 parents and 3.5 can only be white?
Right.
That to me would be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you made the critique without that, so props to you. Now,
he about to tell me I'm a bum.
Not at all. I'm trying to say, because when you're looking at certain qualifications for different roles, right? And we're talking from a corporate structure, business, and all that kind of stuff. There are certain traits and certain characteristics, and there's a reason why you get hired off of a resume and a face-to-face interview and all that kind of stuff. Now, like you said, nobody has control over the family that they got born into, and people can make, just because you don't have both parents doesn't necessarily mean you are for sure going to turn out one way or the other. However, there are a lot of statistics. There are a lot of things that generalize children that come from 2-parent households versus the parents that don't, right? Mm-hmm. And these have been well-researched, scientific, and are pretty much facts. I think everybody kind of understands that, obviously people coming from a 2-parent household tend to do better in life than people that don't, right? Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, that's not a diss at the child, because that's not in their control. But when you look at it from that perspective, it
still doesn't make any sense?
Well, wouldn't it be, I guess, not necessarily reasonable, but wouldn't it be logical to be like, let me finish, bro. Wouldn't it be logical to say, this pool, because it's all about risk, right? At this point, when you're giving the quarterback's the most important position on the field, right? They get the ball every single time. They make the decisions. You can't win without a great quarterback. Doesn't it make more sense? And I'm not saying I'm agree with this. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate. Doesn't it make more sense, or is logical sense, to be like, this pool of people are more likely to fit the role, not just from a athletic position, but more like the leadership stuff that you talk about. This pool usually has more leaders than this pool. I'm just talking about just the numbers. Wouldn't it be logical to be like, okay, well, maybe this will minimize my risk as much as opening it up to everybody?
No.
Why?
I hate that I have to say this, but that is called unconscious bias.
Sure.
And there is nothing in the science that says you're going to be a better football player if you had mommy and daddy around. Nothing. Maybe you might make different life decisions, but there are plenty of football players that are great on the field and then beat women up in the elevator. Mm-hmm. One doesn't go with the other. So, yes, if you want to hire somebody or bring somebody onto your team, well, let me ask you this. When was the last time somebody asked you in a job interview hey, yo, you got both parents?
Never.
Never, right? What about you?
No.
No, right? For the most part, there is somebody out there who had a mom only and said, I can't mess up in life because my mom did everything for me. Right?
But is that and like I said, I'm just trying to have a conversation here because I don't necessarily agree, disagree, whatever. I'm just trying to play the other side. But we're not talking about exceptions. We're talking about majority, right? If he's coming from it as minimize risk, because like you said, there's at every position football players that come in, they're great athletes, great football players, and all that kind of stuff. But off the field, they make bad decisions, right? And he's saying basically, this is how I took it, and I still think it's kind of wild that he said it out loud. But I do think a lot of people think it. Is that I don't mind my defensive linemen being an issue off the field. I don't mind my running back being an issue off the field. I don't mind my wide receivers taking that risk where they're a great athlete, but they end up, whatever off the field. But I can't have my quarterback be that way. So I want to minimize the risk of that. And in a big money type thing, he's looking at it like because he said 2-parent thing. That's what everybody's focused on. He also said 3.5 GPA and above. He also said other things that had to do with discipline, had to do with work ethic, stuff like that, leadership, takes things seriously, stuff like that. He wanted him to be smart, 2-parent household because of the stability, all that kind of stuff. And I think it was more about what you were talking about, leadership qualities and off the field decision making.
So what that sounds like to me is that he's fake. And I say that because his position in the football world is football second, man first. Mm-hmm. Whenever I see him talking, he's talking to the whole team as men, as black men. I don't mind you doing bad things because you're easily replaceable, but that quarterback, we can't replace him that easily. So he got to be on the up and up. All of y'all replaceable men, hey, man, appreciated you on this journey. But
why do you take it as replaceable?
Because based on what you're saying, not what he said, but based on what you just said, is I don't mind these specific players taking a chance at ruining whatever they got going on because I can replace them. But the head of the team, we can't take those kind of chances. We have to minimize that risk.
Well, I wasn't talking about it because that is a good point. Maybe he is thinking about this. I was looking at it more from, hey, the team looking up to this is the leader of the team.
Oh, no. I don't see it that way.
Well, that is. The quarterback is the leader of the team.
Yeah, but the other people are not looking up to the quarterback. They're playing with him, and they respect him as authority as a player on the team. But everybody on a football team has an ego.
Sure.
They have an ego.
But so it's not debatable that the quarterback is the biggest star on most teams.
Understandable. So but that doesn't mean that a man is going to kneel down to the quarterback.
Sure, it has, but what it means is what your quarterback does represents the team, the brand, and all that kind of stuff more than what a linebacker does.
That's understandable, but in sports, just real life. All of them things is replaceable, just like Beyonce said.
I don't know.
They're all replaceable. Every single year we go through a draft and players go from one team to another. They are replaceable.
But the same quarterbacks are shoveled around. It's like what I'm saying is when you're a good quarterback, you're good. It's proven in what position gets paid.
They'll fight for you.
Yeah,
but that's the exception, not the rule.
No, it's not the exception. Quarterbacks, if you're a good quarterback,
that's the exception. The rule is amongst players, everybody's replaceable.
Sure.
Where's Kyle Lauletta playing?
I don't even know who that is.
He played on the Giants. He was a quarterback. See, he wasn't that good, I guess. They're all replaceable.
Kyle Lauletta?
Yeah.
I never heard that person.
You're all replaceable. Maybe he's my leader for this point in time, but after a while, you're just like in everything else. Your boss at work can get fired, and all of a sudden, that's not the person you look up to anymore. Mm-hmm. So that remark says, I care about how this team is perceived, but not how the team is. It's like those memes that say, how come people ask how the money's doing and not like how the money's feeling? You know, them little silly jokes. But the thing is, the perception of it says, I care about what the perception of the team is, but I don't care about them as true black men. And that's what you made it seem like you were doing when you was going into the locker room saying, y'all not going to school in slides. Y'all going to go to school on time. Y'all over there, y'all who get hit and get CTE and all of that, y'all who get heart disease, who are 350 pounds, y'all do whatever you want. But the quarterback, you got to go to school. You got to go to class. Why don't you just make that the rule for everybody? And then drop the two-parent thing. That has nothing to do with the outcome of the man on the field. Like I said, these football players, look at Ben Roethlisberger and all the accusations that he went on. What about the dude that stole the money, Brett Favre? What about all of these guys? They're great leaders, but then they go out and they do dumb stuff anyways. And some of them do dumb stuff and still play. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, just because you had one parent doesn't mean you're gonna be a bad or good or somewhere in the middle football player. It's just ignorant. And I understand if you're trying to create men because you're the coach. You're the real leader of the team, not the quarterback, because you're older, you're wiser, and you're smarter. You can create a plan on that field that takes these guys off the field. But the fact that you are there and these men looking up to you and you saying you need to have you right there, you need to have a two-parent household, but y'all over there, y'all good? Oh, man. No thanks.
Well, that wasn't it, but we got to wrap it up. Kelby went off, and I agree with you because I think both the quarterbacks in the Super Bowl this year, I don't know if they came from two-parent households. So
I think the mixed one did. No?
Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
I don't know if the dad and mom are together. No. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I agree. I mean, it was a wild – Deion's a wild boy for saying it, but unfortunately, I think he just said the quiet part out loud. I think a lot of people in his position think that way. So,
real quick, I don't know how popular that is, but anyways, the next thing was you were gonna say he was gonna bring marching band culture.
So he said that the Colorado, he was at a board meeting or whatever, and said that the Colorado marching bands should start implementing and try to mimic HBCU bands. So basically the HBCU marching band culture, that Colorado should start doing that as well.
That's a hard one to think of. A quick answer to.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll come back to you next week. Stay safe.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you saw, please make sure to subscribe to us on Instagram at MOI Podcast. And please check us out on our YouTube channel by searching Men on the Internet Network.